Fired up, fired up, fired up this Wednesday morning. That's right. Sometimes we need a little inspiration. We need a little motivation to remind us, hey, we got to keep going. We got to keep pushing. You got to keep holding that vision strong. I hope you all have a vision. I hope you all have a vision for your life, for your health life, for your spiritual life, a vision for your financial life, a vision in your relationships. I hope we're all holding a vision. I hope you all have it written down and it's clear to you. It's clearer to you today than it was a year ago. It's clearer to you today than it was 6 months ago of exactly where you're going, because that's where it all starts, ladies and gentlemen. We know this. We know this. It starts by you knowing exactly where you want to go, exactly what you want. And it's not even necessarily about getting there. We know that. It's about who you have to become in order to get there. Whatever the big God-sized goal is, the big God-sized vision that he gave you, it's going to require you to stretch. It's going to require you to become different. It's going to require you to do more than what you believe you're capable of. It's going to require you to lean on your faith. It's going to require you to lean on other people. It's going to require you to become different. That's why we have the vision. Because without that, what's causing you to stretch? What's causing you to grow? What's causing you to learn? What's causing you to lean on your faith more heavily? If we don't know where we're headed, why do any of those things? I use this the scripture when it comes to money, but it really does apply. It says where there's no vision, people perish. All right. In another translation, it says, where there's no vision, people cast off restraint. Where there's no vision, people cast off restraint. So I use that in our money terms because one of the things, April is financial literacy month, by the way. I told you I'm going to tell you that every time. It's time to get your finances in order. If you have not, this is the time to do it. April, learn about money, get good. But here's one big thing with money, y'all. You got to have a vision for what you want to do with money, how much money you need, what it's going towards, what you're going to use it for. How much of it do you need to retire? How much of it do you need to bless others? How much of it do you need to pass down? Like a number, an actual number, not like a lot more, maybe, right? Because when there's no vision for your money, it's easy to cast off restraint in the short term. It's easy to go on the vacation. It's easy to buy the shoes. It's easy to get the thing, right? Like that's how it works. You don't have a spending problem. You got a vision problem with your money. It's not about your spending habits. It's about you don't know that you need $1.75 million growing at 5%. You don't know that number. So where there's no vision, we cast off restraint. I say that in our finances. I say that in your regular life. If you have no vision, why are you working out? Why are you eating healthy? Why are you treating people well? Like why are you doing anything? Why not just cast off the restraint and just live life the way that we want to live life? That's why we need a vision. That's why your vision is important. And you got to hold on to that vision. You heard them say it in there over and over again. You got to hold on to that vision. Uh, it's about your belief. We started today's call. I said Ron had sent me some with Oprah Winfrey talking about her beliefs. That's why she became, right, self-made billionaire, whatever it is. It's because of what she believed to be true about her life since she was a child. Go look at Oprah's story. She said it many times. She said growing up in Mississippi or wherever she grew up, right, in the rural parts, her mom or her grandmom was hanging clothes on the line. And she was like, hey, you better pay attention to this because one day you'll be doing this. And she's like, I knew at 5 years old, I'm never going to be hanging clothes on a line. Like that's not gonna be my life. God bless you, mom, grandma, like God bless you, but that's never going to be my life. That was her belief, like what she believed to be true. And look at where she is 70 years later, 65 years later, right? She's on the Forbes list, number one self-made person, right? It's a belief system. So what's in your belief system? What do you believe to be true? What do you believe to be true about your life? What do you believe that you are capable of, that you will see? That's where all this starts. You got to have the belief. You got to know that it's possible. You got to do what you can with what you have currently. Do what you can with what you have right now. It's not a when that happens later down the line, when I get this, when this situation changes, when I change this and no, no, no. Do what you can with what you have right now. And let's start going. Let's start moving. Let's start moving towards that vision because it takes the work. You got to focus on what you want. It's important. We don't miss this distinction. Focus on what you want versus focusing on what you don't want. Focus on what you want, not focusing on what you don't want. Go around, ask some people, ask yourself this question, but ask your coworkers, ask a family member about what they want in 2 years, what they want in 5 years, and see how many of them say what they don't want immediately, right? It happens all the time. I ask people the question all the time. Hey, fast forward me out 10 years, fast forward me out 5 years. Tell me what life looks like. Well, I know I don't want to be here. I don't want to be at this job. I don't want to do this. I got it. That tells me exactly where your mind is because I know what you're focused on. You're focused on what you don't want. That's why you're going to get more of it. But the person that can be very clear, man, this is the life I see. This is what I want. Like I know that they have been thinking about and focusing on what they do want. That's your job, ladies and gentlemen, to get to your ideal life, to get to the life that you don't need a break from. You have to be focused on what's up ahead, not on past failures, not on what's not possible. You're focused on what's possible. At the end of the day, you got to have that hope. One of the things we talk about in business, if you're in business with me, we say, right, helping families, building people a better life. The a better life part is about giving hope. You know why more people need to be on these calls? Is because most people lack a little bit of hope. Hope that the future can be better. Hope that their situation can be better. Hope that their dreams can come true. So much negativity in our world. So much is being fed to us through social media, through our friends, through our family. So much negativity. It's all bad, all right. Like nothing's turning. It's funny because I'm in this financial right series, like doing a bunch of stuff, and I'm watching these videos of millennials or Gen Zs or just people in general that are like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's no point to saving. There's no point to, right, any of this financial stuff. Let's just live life the way it's gonna be. Let's just spend all the money. They have no hope for the future. That's what it comes down to. They have no hope that the future will be better. So for you in your life to get to where you want to go, you've got to constantly have that hope, constantly have that faith, constantly believe that it's going to be better. That's one of the keys to success is knowing before you see it, that things are going to get better, that things can be better, right? But what you heard in that video, a lot of it talked about the mental toughness side of things, the adversities, the things we have to go through in order to get to the other side. I think ET said, right, your breakthrough comes when you fight. Your breakthrough comes when you fight for something. What have you fought for? When's the last time you fought for something? Not physically, right? Some of you out there, right, might have had a past where you might have been fighting physically, right? We're not talking about that. We're talking about like you held something so tight that you kept going after it, that you didn't let it go. You fought for that relationship. You fought for that position. You fought for whatever was right for you, for somebody else. Like when's the last time you fought for something? Because that's when your breakthrough comes. It's after you've been fighting, after you've suffered for a while, right? After you've pushed through, that's when you get it. But you got to know that the adversities, the things that you go through, that's the catalyst for you becoming mentally tough. The adversities of life, the things you have to push through, the things that are so hard, the things that make you want to back down, the things that make you cry, right? Like those things, the adversities, is what's building your mental toughness to get you to the life that you need, to build the capacity. What do we say? To build the capacity to handle the life that you're asking for. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. Don't wish the adversity away. Don't wish the challenges away. Take lessons from it. Here's what it says in our text, 177 Mental Toughness Secrets. It says, champions believe if you remove the adversity, you remove the victory. As a result, they tend to view adversity as a challenge through which learning and growing occurs. Say that one more time, just those first two sentences. Champions believe if you remove the adversity, you remove the victory. And as a result, they tend to view adversity as a challenge through which learning and growing occurs. Their worldview is evident in the way they describe the adversities they face. While average people choose the path of least resistance, the world class performers operate at a higher level of awareness. They understand that stress and struggle are the key factors in becoming mentally tough. While average people watch television, hang out at happy hour, the great ones continue to push themselves mentally and physically to the point of exhaustion. Only then will you see them rest and recover in rest and recovery situations. Adversity to average people equals pain. Adversity to world class performers is their mental training ground. It's how they become mentally tough. Average people score in adversity. Those who are world class don't welcome adversity, yet they see it as the ultimate catalyst for mental growth, as well as the contrast needed to recognize the beauty of life. How could you know what feels great if you've never been hurt? If you never know what the valley feels like, how will you know what it's like on the mountaintop? That's what it means by the contrast to recognize the beauty of life. Until you're in the valleys, until you're going through the adversities, until you're fighting through the hardest seasons of your life, you won't appreciate the mountaintop. You won't appreciate what it feels like when things are good. You know, this happens in people's health a lot. We take our health for granted until we don't have it, until we get sick, until we're in the hospital, until something happens. And then, if by the grace of God we actually nurse ourselves, we get nursed back into health, we are so much more appreciative of our health. We change the way we eat, we change the way we live because we just got it taken away from us. We were in the valley of our health, so now we can appreciate the mountaintop. That's what adversity does in your life if you see it that way. If you know you're in the valley, if you know you're in a rough season, you know that you're going to be able to appreciate when things are better. This is why, again, in the financial space, April's financial literacy month. So my brain goes there a bunch. But this is why you hear the same stories of all the successful people that you hear at one point were broke. At one point, they were like financially destitute. At one point, they were bankrupt. At one point, they were at the lowest of the moment. Why? They had to go to that rock bottom valley so you can appreciate the mountaintop, so you can appreciate when you have money, so you can appreciate and hold on to it and know how to do the right things with it. It's only because you came from the valley. Daymond John has a book called The Power of Broke. The Power of Broke, that it's actually like, again, go right along with what we're talking about, that the adversity of being broke is actually making you more mentally tough and helping you get to the levels of success that you want to. If you see adversity that way, if you see it in that way. Some people are just in the valley and they believe they're going to be in the valley forever. Oh, woe is me. Oh, my finances. Oh, it's this again, right? Like, no, no, no. Like, you know it's going to be better, but do you see it that way? Do you have that belief? The adversity comes to make you more mentally tough. You got to know that as you go through this journey of designing your ideal life. That's why you're here. That's why you're getting this message and not everybody else, is because we're the people that want to go off and design our ideal life. You want to create a life that you don't need a break from. You don't want to just take whatever life is handed to you. You want to go create it. You want to create your ideal life. Starts with you having a vision and holding a vision of what that looks like. Health, wealth, love, happiness, spiritual life, all the things. What's a vision of what that looks like? And then we start doing the work. We start changing what's coming in our ear gates, changing what's coming in our eye gates. Pause. We change all the things that we're doing so that it is pushing ourselves to the life that we're asking for. But the adversity comes to make us better, and you got to remember that. The action step for today says list the three most difficult adversities you have faced and 5 good things that happened as a result of each one. Train yourself to see the good in adversity, and your fear of future challenges will dissipate. Train yourself to see the good in the adversities. In every adversity, there is a greater seed of opportunity if you see it. If you see it. If you don't see it, if that's not what you focus on, if you focus on how hard it is or all of those things, you may not see the opportunity. It's there. You may not see it. It depends on what you're focused on. So, my encouragement to all of you is to fix your focus on the things that are going to get you to the life that you don't need a break from. It's going to take you to the place that you need to go by how you fix your thinking, y'all. That's what we do here. If you change your thinking, you change your life. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve it. Your families deserve it. If nobody ever tells you, I'll constantly tell you, you deserve to win. People are counting on you to win. They're counting on you to get this information and apply it. They're counting on you to change. I know they're not saying that to you. You don't think anyone's gonna, cares about your journey, but I'm telling you, the more you do this work, the more you're gonna see how much people need you to do this work. So you got to keep going. I never said this thing was going to be easy. It's going to be worth it though. When you become the man or woman God called you to be, when you get closer to that vision, when you have the capacity to handle the life that you're asking for, things are going to get really good for you guys. Go out, do something today that scares you, that pushes you out of your comfort zone, that challenges you. Get some rejection. Have somebody tell you no, right? Do something. Have a conversation with someone that you've been meaning to have that's going to be a tough conversation because you know they're mad or whatever the case is. Do the things that are hard and life gets easier. That's what we got to go do, y'all. Do it this Wednesday. I'll see you guys back here on Friday. Take care.